Hey guys, how are you? Give me 1 second. Bring her in to stream. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So happy to have you on. You look
I
amazing.
know, thank you. You look all
Yeah.
bright and airy. I like the
Oh,
ambiance crowd.
thank you. It looks amazing. I love it. How do
Thank
you
you,
want
thank you,
us to
thank you.
call you? Like what do you prefer? Like your name? Do you want us to call you something
Ella's fine.
else? Okay, Ella,
No,
perfect,
Ella's fine.
awesome. I'm just gonna introduce you that she is on Instagram and TikTok and
Okay.
YouTube, right? All
Yes.
three platforms. Um,
Yes.
Housewives
Wherever
and
you
Chit
like getting
Chat.
your tea.
Exactly. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Honestly, man, I am really just out here flapping in the wind. I am just a long time reality show watcher. I like the escapism of it all. And one day I was like, let's see what this TikTok is about. I was tired of Instagram. Like, I came from having a self-care brand. So like doing meditation, pouring into people, and everybody knew me. You know what I mean? I felt like
Yeah.
the internet walls were closing in on me, and almost like an energy tug. So I was like, nope, not doing this anymore. It was, pandemic, lockdown, all of that, so we made extreme changes. And I changed my Instagram, shut down my business, deleted the app off my phone. I said, I'm going to go to TikTok because I don't know anybody over there. And honestly, the rest is history. I had no idea, didn't even know it was a thing. I posted like one recap video and then I duetted Giorgio from Giorgio Says.
Hmm.
And he reposted my video. I think I got in the shower with 4 TikTok followers. I got out with almost like 1,000, 20,000 views on a video. Like, just had no idea. So I was like, okay, we're here now. It's a thing. So I started doing recaps. This is at the end of Beverly Hills season before last. This is when the Tom Girardi stuff came out.
Yes.
Started doing a few. Potomac came, started doing some recaps there. Things started picking up, and then Danielle from Brands by Bravo reposted me on Instagram and then sent me a DM like, excuse me, I can't find you on Instagram. Like, get your shit together. And I was like, oh, I was still running away. Like, I thought I could still hide on TikTok. I think maybe at this point I might have had like 7,000 followers. So she was like, yeah, no, get your crap together. So I changed my name because it was just my name, El Mirasaki. I changed it over to Housewives and Chit Chat, and then again, like the rest was history. I went from like I think 4,000 followers, and I jumped to like 6,000, and it just became a thing. And like I'm kind of just riding the wave, enjoying being able to call this work. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome. We're so excited to have you. A couple people in the
Yes.
chat said Groovy. She said hello. Lebecq from
Hi.
Louisiana. Krista's in the chat.
Yes.
And I
Hi,
think
hi,
there
hi,
was
hi,
somebody
hi.
else, Mary, and keep in mind. So
I've met
everyone was so
so many amazing people on this journey, like TikTok creators and then just viewers as well. Like I know a lot of people have we talked about this on the panel, like drama stories and stuff, but I haven't met that. But I also believe in the block button, so
Oh, well then that must be working for you. I haven't had any terrible situations either, but I kind of keep like, just my circle, small people, but that's
yeah,
okay. I like it that way,
I do.
like
I
at
do like it that way.
creators. So who's your favorite franchise? Like, do you watch New Jersey? Because we're all huge New Jersey tea lovers over here.
Get ready for the chat to go wild because New Jersey is the only franchise that I don't watch. But
Uh,
I have a reason. I have a reason. I'm a Jersey girl. And so I just felt like yes, New York was a slap in the face to not have any just women of color, not even necessarily black women, to be in the
sure.
melting pot of the world and it to only look one way was a slap in the face. But in Jersey, if you pay attention when they're doing their shots and stuff, they film a lot in Union County. They film a lot in Bergen County. These aren't shore ladies. They're not down by the shore. They are, in fact, 90 minutes north of the shore. And to be in those places, occupy those restaurants, occupy those parks, those areas, and it not look like exactly where you are. You know, it's one thing to say like, oh, this doesn't look like New York, but you're in Union County. Like, Union County is like, you know, there's no Indian representation, which the Indian community is big in Union County. There's no Latina representation. The Latina community is big in Union County, Hudson County, Bergen County. There's no Black representation there. To occupy, quite literally occupy these spaces, and it doesn't look like that, was just really annoying. And then the season, that was my initial reason for not watching, and then it got bigger and I just felt like it was too far
gone to catch back up.
I can't jump in now. We're like on season 100.
Understood. We can understand that. That's totally
I'm gonna try though. Everybody says I'm missing out, and so maybe like when we have a snowstorm, I'll catch up.
Right. Maybe if you're like sick with COVID and have like, you know, nothing else in the world to do.
When I'm stuck in the bed and I absolutely can't move, I'll try Jersey.
Right. Exactly. That's hilarious. So what franchise are you watching now? Salt Lake City, Miami?
I'm watching them all. I'm watching, I didn't really remember Miami. I think Miami, I like the Miami Girls. Let me say that. But I think Miami Girls gets the same label of boring as Salt Lake City and Dubai because they're actually giving us real life drama. These things are really happening. Alexa is really blending her family and it's not working. A girl is really going through a divorce and we're getting ready to see that unfold on season 2. So I think they do a really good job of mixing produced drama and real drama, and sometimes those episodes can feel slow. So I feel like that's why a lot of people look for the Atlanta of it all. Bang, 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 every episode. And that's just not life. But favorite franchise, I don't know. I like them all for so many different reasons. I can definitely have like favorite season windows. Like
sure.
Orange County 4 through 11, crack. I could watch those seasons over and over and over again. Beverly Hills up until Rena's second season, I could watch that on repeat. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm on my fourth time rewatching Potomac from the start. So it's like I like them all for different reasons. Like they all fit a different box and I like that.
Absolutely. Well, touching on Miami, since they're coming up and we just got an introduction into Miami, I'm so excited. I'm like, thank goodness that we are like getting them. Perfect timing. And Peacock does it different because they're going to give us 4 episodes like right off jump, and then they'll do an episode a week after that. But I feel like they get no press. Like I don't see them doing no press for Miami. It's like bullshit.
No, it's definitely bullshit. But I like the Peacock formula. I like what Peacock is doing with Housewives of Miami, and I like what they're doing with Ultimate Girls Trip. And I think that it feels like they're trying something completely different between press and just the rollout because, and I've gotten flack for this on my TikTok, but I feel like the Housewife franchise as we know it on Bravo is dying.
I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of contributing factors that I think Watch What Happens Live is dying for sure. Like,
for sure. She's dead. She's on life support.
She's watching New Jersey for the first time. Yeah, she's half out of it watching New Jersey for the first time.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's
but I just feel like I feel like the housewife formula wasn't social media proof. And I mean, how could it have been, right? Like who knew that we were going to be here with so many different creators with hundreds of thousands of followers commentating on the show every week, getting in some cases, depending on the franchise, just as many views as the actual show, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't think that they were prepared for it to span, like the Mias, the Noellas of the world, the women really, really desperately gutting to be on the show, and then bringing outside forces into the show. Like Housewives used to be this bubble, and it was like what they were talking about and what they were what was happening during filming. But now we've got like Robin bringing in real time social media stuff into the show, and now that it's really changing the scope of what the foundation of Housewives is. And I think that's where it's kind of going a little left.
Yeah, I completely agree. I tell like all the New Jersey fans because I'm like all of this stuff that happened was like pre-social media and it didn't get the kind of attention that like we would have expected had it be like it happened not like if there was a lawsuit today that happened 5 years ago, like it didn't get the media
Absolutely.
attention. So I definitely agree with you, especially like the vetting people, looking into their history, the internet, like it's
Like,
wild.
girl, come on, do better.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
vet these women. Like,
Yes.
you're telling me there's no
Yes.
fun women who, like, are rich and follow the law?
Yeah, I know. It's
Like, everybody's a
wild.
thief? That's crazy.
I know. That is wild. But going back to Miami, like what do you think about Marisol and like Adriana not being full time, but it's like they're filming full time, but they're not
I
full
think that
time?
that's honestly a mistake, but I think it's very much on brand for Miami. Miami loves to, even going back to the original seasons, like with Leah and all that, they love to give you these women that fit the bill and then be like, yeah, but nope, they're not going to film. And I don't know
Right.
if that's self preservation on the talent's part, like, oh no, it's getting wild on social media, like, let me fall back, or what. But they're gonna be missed. And I
Yeah.
mean, they're filming full time almost, but they don't. What do they hold in Miami?
I don't they're not holding anything. They're just in the picture and like
They're just
Larsa's like laying
with
in
the
the front.
flamingo and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
LED
Killing
lights.
it. Killing
They're at the club.
it. Like,
um, no,
oh.
I think they're going to be missed. As weird as it is, it's weird as it is for me to watch it and for me to want it. Is Larsa going to give us any tea on her dating Michael Jordan's son? Like, is that going to be filmed? Because I want to talk about it.
She said we get one Kardashian question a season. I heard she told producers we get one
I don't
Kardashian.
give a fuck. Okay, I not one. I am trying to tweet in Andy, pick up the phone because what the fuck made you date Michael Jordan's son?
I know. That is wild. That is wild. Because that's like, I don't know. Did
Like,
they
take things seriously for 1 second, please.
I mean, was she like around their kids? Weren't their kids like growing up? I mean, I didn't
I don't know. I saw this one TikTok of someone doing the breakdown of the timeline of when she came into Scottie Pippen's life versus when Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were friends and all of that. But it's just like, on one hand, I believe you can't help who you fall in love with and you shouldn't have to. Save the last dance, right?
mm-hmm.
Your heart wants who it wants, but you just can't get me to believe that that's your soulmate.
I thought they broke up though. Did they break up?
As
I
of
thought
yesterday, they were together on
oh,
Monday.
why did
They
I
were
hear that? I
definitely
thought they were
together over the weekend.
okay, then maybe it was just a rumor because I maybe he was like spotted somewhere and they were like, just saying it was possible. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood. It's very
Listen,
possible.
I love love. I even love a chaotic love story. Like, I am rooting for TJ and Amy. Like, give it to me.
Oh my
I want me and
gosh.
my friend, we have a chat, and I've already produced their reality show. So like,
That's
I know what I want.
hilarious.
I know what I want to see from it. I don't want it super overproduced. We're not giving Kardashians, right? Like, I want this
Right,
to
right.
give old school Sharon and Ozzy. Like, the cameras are there, you're just not looking at them. That's
That's
what I want. I and
hilarious.
and I want the cameras to be on go, like, right now. Like, I
Yes.
want kid reactions. I want you to figure out how you guys are going to be together. I want Amy's reaction to finding out that he was like sleeping with everybody at ABC. Like,
Right.
I
Oh no,
roll the
really? You
cameras.
think so? Oh no, I didn't
Oh,
know
more women have
that.
come forward.
Oh, girl, bye.
Yes, that D is for everybody.
Uh,
Have you seen the other woman with Cameron
I've seen a
Diaz
lot of
and
other women.
the movie though?
Sorry,
Um,
now I don't
so
recall.
in the movie, when Mark King gets busted and they're there, I one thing about me, I suck at names, but it's the redhead girl from the Jergens commercial. She's hilarious.
I can't think of
But
her name.
anyway, they bust him, right, and they're all sitting in the conference room, and he was like, "Oh, it was only one girl," and then they kind of just like turn their head, and he goes, "Okay, what do you want me to say? I get more ass than a toilet seat." That's TJ Holmes.
Listen, TMZ is reporting that Michael Jordan's son Marcus not dating Scottie Pittman's ex-wife Larsa 19 hours ago. But
Yes.
I don't know who is saying it. It's probably an inside source to TMZ. It's Larsa saying
Yeah, it's
it.
probably definitely
She was
Larsa. Like,
like,
no, guys, we're not.
yeah, it was like hurting
Mm.
her OnlyFans. So she was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hurt my
Yeah, because
OnlyFans income.
yeah. Hurt my OnlyFans, and now I'm listening. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about me on this show. I don't care what you
uh,
commentate. But if that OnlyFans check stops, I'll stop. Okay.
exactly. I love that. That's hilarious. They have Lenny. What do you think about the boob god doctor? You know, Lenny, Lisa. Lenny is like the boob god that doesn't like people to
I
leave
think
reviews.
I think that being a wife and a mom is hard. Moreover, being a wife and a mom to a plastic surgeon, like we've seen that story play out over just reality shows in general, right? They're busy. It's hard. It's a lot of work. For them to be in this situation and for him to be like, yeah, I'm not paying for a thing. Like this woman, no woman should ever be in a position where she can't provide adequate housing for your big headed babies that she pushed out of her coochie. Like, please stop. Please stop.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be 20K a month and all of this, but as a father, you should want to make sure, like, okay, fine, you don't want to be with the woman anymore. Your heart wants something else. That's cool. We respect it. People flow and grow out of love all the time. Your kid should always be the top priority. And for you to just be so blinded by rage and hatred for now this woman who used to be your wife that you're jeopardizing the kids' well-being and their mental stability and their emotional stability, like you're a low life.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. It's like a power trip. They cut all the cards off. Like, ooh, now what's she gonna do? Because I cut all of her credit cards off. And like,
And it's like, so you don't care what the kids have for dinner?
no, she doesn't care. Probably has the kids
And the
have
whole
for
idea
dinner.
of like, oh, the mom should be able to take care of herself. Okay, but 2 weeks ago, he was providing for that. Like, whether you
Right.
find that stupid or not, that was the norm. That should continue to be the norm, even if it is just an account where he can track the spending. Hey, here's a credit card. This is solely for the kids' food. Here's a credit card. It's solely for the kids' tuition. And then you can take it to court. If she swipes that card for a Gucci bag, a Chanel bag, then you deal with that separately. But like, why do the kids like,
Yeah. Crazy, right? So crazy. I don't know if I mean we know that he allegedly was cheating with this young 24-year-old. It like kind of broke on TikTok, and then we
mm-hmm,
heard Lisa and Larsa blew down on him at the club, but cameras, of course, didn't catch it. And he was with another
conveniently?
girl, of course, always. And so now we're seeing him like come out with this young thing, and basically, oh, we got a super chat. Thank you, Labetha.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know, that was so
I can't see the
sweet.
chat on my end, so just
Really?
tell me.
I
No,
wonder
I can't.
what. Oh, is there a setting that you can try to like if you hit
Let's see.
more? Sometimes there's like an option. Hey Mia, hey Minx, Alan's here too. You would
Hi,
like
guys.
Alan. He was on a couple of
No.
weeks ago. Krista, she's from the Jersey Shore, so she was like, "Watch it with the Jersey girls."
I am a North Jersey girl through and through, baby. Like I'm not about that shore life. And neither are these housewives. Like that, like they have houses at the shore, like they're secret girls and all of that, and that's cool. But like
Yeah, I mean, they said
Bravo just
Teresa's.
wanted the Jersey Shore check, and they did
Yeah,
whatever they needed to do to force it into that box, and I thought that was lame.
Yeah, they allegedly said it was supposed to be like Franklin Lakes or whatever, but like Teresa wasn't even her original their house they built wasn't even in Franklin Lakes, right? It was like out in the
Mm-mm.
middle, like nowhere, right?
What's bumblefuck? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, like
And
real
Melissa and them
far.
was definitely just in Union County. Actually, the one episode of last season that I saw when they were
Mm.
pulling up to the house, they showed the welcome to Union County sign.
Mm.
So,
Where's their new? Oh, their new house is in Franklin Lakes too, right?
yes, they are
Yeah,
in Franklin Lakes now, but they weren't. And
right.
like, that was my issue. I don't know.
Um,
How
what
dare me
do
want a
you
little bit of
think?
reality from it.
What do you think? Oh, you don't even. I keep forgetting you don't watch New Jersey, so I don't want to ask you more New Jersey questions.
I mean, I'm in and out of
Um,
the tea because I'm nosy.
right. Of course, you gotta be to know the tea. I was trying to share your links though, so I'm gonna go in and do that while we're chatting about
Okay.
Potomac. What is your
Yes.
thoughts about Potomac? Because I'm Team Wendy. I saw some of your TikToks and videos. It looks like you're Team Wendy, so we're definitely agreeing. I mean,
I just feel like if you have eyes and a heart, how could you not be?
I know they like being like Giselle is on some like she for real come for
Bullshit.
people's jobs like for real.
Bullshit. Like,
And
what
then
is this?
yeah, she like stab them in their heart and sit down and have dinner. Like it doesn't bother her.
But this, I think, I like, fuck. I hate to give, what do y'all call her? Teddy Melatonin,
Oh
Teddy
my gosh,
Melatonin,
that's
Teddy Melancramp.
hilarious.
I hate to give her a morsel of credit in anything Housewives, but that LVP takedown, well, it started off as Yolanda takedown because Yolanda was really eating the girls up. Like, she was giving top tier, just rich woman, like, oh, come to my house, we're gonna have like this, like, she was eating them up, okay? But the Yolanda turned LVP takedown shifted the narrative across all of the franchises. And I don't like you guys aren't casting. If this is the cast that you were given, work with it. And if you can't work with it, then we'll reevaluate your contract. So this whole takedown idea, this whole ice out idea, like for Wendy to not be invited to the
I know.
dinner,
I
like what are
know.
we actually doing here? And then we've seen on so many franchises, so many episodes, people get into fights and they're like, oh, I don't want this person here, I don't want this person here, and then they end up being there because, girl, we're filming a show. This girl is on the cast. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have any say over that. But for them to really try it, and then for Giselle and Robin to back that,
I know.
as if Giselle wasn't the person walking around with security for Monique.
I know. They did Monique dirty too. They really did. She was gonna come back until they saw the reunion and saw how dirty Bravo really was doing them.
Well, she said that they had an agreement, so certain things weren't supposed to be edited out, and then Bravo didn't uphold that. So when she saw the reunion and saw that things that she filmed that she was promised would be in the reunion weren't there, then she was like, "Oh, I don't need this," and so
Mm.
she took her marbles and she went home. Now, the difference I think between the Monique and Candace situation is Candace really did help escalate that situation. You know what I mean? You can't infiltrate somebody's bubble. You put your hands in somebody's face, you flip their hair and say, drag me. That's aggression. You know what I mean? You're taunting this person. And never not once, because Robin was standing there, did Robin pull out her phone. We're still in the age of technology. We're not talking about something that happened 10 seasons ago, okay? Like where we had flip phones. You didn't pull out your iPhone, okay?
Right.
You didn't call Candace the aggressor in that situation. You didn't tell her to stop. Oh, stop, you're being aggressive. You're being aggressive. They just didn't like Monique. So when Monique did something that was clearly incorrect, Candace could have honestly spit in Monique's face, okay? You only get to pick one action, and that's
Mm-hmm.
yours. You know what I mean? So as a woman, as a wife, as a mom, all these things that Monique wanted us to take into consideration.
Ooh.
You okay?
Uh,
What happened? Okay, God bless. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Do you want
All
me to
the
read
things
some?
that Monique wanted us to keep in mind, Monique should have kept in mind for herself. Okay. And that's just that on that. But nobody called Candace the aggressor. I mean, a few people did, like, oh, you did say da 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 da. But we still walked around with security for Monique. We still did
Hmm.
these things. And then you watch Wendy, all Wendy said was, if that's what you and your husband do,
Right. Right. I agree with
if
you.
y'all do that, that's on y'all. I don't do that. And now she's wearing a lychee martini.
Yeah. That's wild. It's so wild. And we were finding out that it really was Giselle's hand that like touched I think Candace, right? And they thought it was each other. There was like a
Oh,
confusion
yeah.
under the table and it ended up it was Giselle's hand and they
Yep.
thought it was one of the, each other that started the
It,
fight.
the whole thing, and I get, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't get why Candace is triggered. I understand her trigger. Like, you, the line is flimsy. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
one thing when it was this, when you also didn't like the person that I don't like, but it's a different story when you like the person who is being the aggressor. There is no world, like, I know this isn't court, but this girl threw a drink. She attempted to hit her with her clutch. She
I
walked away
know.
with 2 broken nails. Wendy is sitting there. Yeah, she said some things with her mouth post being thrown a drink on, but
Yeah.
she's the problem. She can't come to dinner.
Yeah. And that leads us back to production. Who's really paying for the trips? Because I have always thought throughout the franchises, production gives them a budget. If they want to upgrade their tickets, upgrade their
Mm-hmm.
house, they can
Mm-hmm.
pay for it. But
Mm-hmm.
who's hosting the trip? Like, why doesn't anyone say that? I don't understand. Like you said, you're like they're your coworkers. You have to work with them when you all show up to work. And right now, you're working.
I
Go
think
home.
it feels like production doesn't want us to remember that it's a show and that they are coworkers. So the whole, this is
That's
Mia's
good.
trip, this is Shannon's trip, this is such and such trips. Like, no matter
Mm-hmm.
who's paying for it, they don't want us to feel like we're on a work trip. So word it how you need to word it. But it's like, the fact that as a woman, as a mother, you couldn't find it in your heart to walk up those steps and say, Wendy, are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fuck this show, fuck all of this. Like, are you good? Because that was a lot.
Yeah.
And if Candace and Ashley could put their drama to the side to go check on Wendy, I feel like Giselle and Robin, because they don't have big issues, they could have put it to the side to check on Wendy, the human being.
I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah.
And then what was
100%.
Sharice's reason for not, like, that would have been more camera time for her. What was her reason for not going up there to check on? Like, they couldn't help this girl pack a bag. Ashley was
Yeah.
the only one. That shit was so hurtful to watch.
I know. I felt bad too. I really did feel bad for her. I feel like Sharice, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she's there. If she's a friend of, I don't know. That don't make no sense either. So
She's on my nerves, child. And I
I
was rooting
know.
for her. I
I
was rooting for her.
know.
I
I
was,
know.
it's not
Yeah.
giving champagne.
But she wants to talk to what's his name about a champagne room. Remember?
Peter Yana.
Yes, Peter. That's hilarious, Peter Yana. He understands the assignment though. He shows up, gets it done, gets to this
Baby, doesn't he give
restaurant.
us TV? Okay. Like,
Yeah.
sir, I see you. I see you.
What do you think about Candace talking like shit on the other lady? She went on that live. She has this reputation for, Andy Cohen said she was a disaster on Twitter. And then, there was like she was talking after Monique happened, there was like an issue with a blogger or something. He unfortunately passed, and people were saying like just about her lives being really I don't know, maybe she like has a couple drinks or something and goes live. Like, what do you think? Are they that bad? Are
I
people overreacting?
I think well, one, I think that it was very low budget of Andy to call Candace a disaster on social media, because where was that energy for Lisa Rinna? Where was that energy for Erica Jane? Where was that energy for any of these other women who are also a disaster on social media? Like, if it's good for the goose, then it's good for the gander. Like, let's just stop. But I think the issue with Candace, and I run into this in my personal life a lot, she's quick. She's very, very quick. You can say 1, 2, 3 to Candace, and Candace is coming back. No matter whether, Exactly. Even if it's with a finger or even if she does it with a straight face, she, as she says, she knows how to orate. Like she's quick. Her brain thinks quick. She holds on to stuff. Like Candace is is like that old Medea clip when she's like, I'm going back to things you said to me 4 years ago and I'm cross-referencing it to see if it matches with what you say today. She can do that in real time. A lot of these women cannot. So part of it is that they can't keep up. Now, she has an expansive vocabulary and sometimes she doesn't use it. Like I didn't like her calling Ashley a concubine. I didn't like it. Some of it is just below the belt and it's not the way that I would read. I personally believe that looks are off limits when you read people. Like you don't read people for things they don't have control over, like me making fun of your race, your religion. I mean, yeah, you have choice over your religion, but things like that, those aren't reads, you know what I mean? Your eye color, your whatever. But then we're praising Ashley for calling me a Bigfoot, but all last season Candace was wrong for bringing in physical attributes. So again, it's like, where is the line? Is
Mm-hmm.
it okay or is it not? And if you can't keep up, then don't compete. Like you entered the ring. Like this is Floyd Mayweather. If you ain't got the reach, if you ain't got the power, if you haven't been practicing, baby, be a spectator. And
Mm-hmm.
the women haven't mastered that.
What do you think Mia's nanny slash Jacqueline's mother went on Make It Make Sense? I only heard the first part of the interview, but did you get a chance to listen to it? What
I
did you
didn't
think?
I didn't listen to it in its entirety, partially because there was emotion in it. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, when you are talking to social media, when you're on this big platform, the masses don't care about your emotion, right? They want the facts. What happened? And there was so much emotion wrapped up into it that it was a little bit hard to watch because it was like, okay, girl, what's the point? Like, what are we actually? Could you just give me maybe a Venn diagram or something, a pie chart? That'd be great. So it was a little much for me. Um, but I think Mia is desperate. I think she's weird. I think she is a social climber. And I think that I'm not surprised by the little bit that I did hear. Like, she wants to be in the public eye, but then keep certain things private at the same time. And Andy has told us time and time again, it don't work like that. It's going to come out.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they're renting their house in Potomac, put $60,000 into a rental house, which that immediately kind of like gave me a red flag. Then she was on social media saying that they had like somehow deemed Gordon and not mentally able to, be on the accounts or some craziness, and people family members were commenting like it's always a crisis, you know?
It's all, and that's what's weird about it. Like it gives like
Yeah.
snapped, like it's like all of the red flags are lining up. You know what I mean? But it never makes sense. And I was just on Instagram Live before I came over here. So you're telling me that you owned your condo, you sold your condo, and you made a hefty profit. Those are your words, not mine, right? And then you turn around and you willingly rent for $10,000 a month, but you have $10,000 to put. Like, why could that not go to the mortgage? Also, when you're renting a home, you know that the down payment is 1 month. It's normally a month and a half. Okay. And then another month for the realtor fees. So we're
Mm-hmm.
at like $35,000 down. Granted, $35,000 down on what would possibly be like $1 million home doesn't cover the percentage, but it's like that's just not good business. And you're standing on being a good business owner. Like this doesn't make sense in a financial matter, so that doesn't add up to me. And then she said that they were locked out of the accounts by Gordon's brother while they were out of town on vacation. Okay.
Yeah.
They own multiple joint franchises, 21, I think, to be specific. They own multiple Massage Envy franchises, okay?
Mm.
Not including the check that she gets. This is now her second season on Potomac, not including that check, not including anything else that they do. Whoever she banks with, I don't know if it's JP Morgan, Bank of America, whatever. You want me to believe that as business owners, they don't have at least a 2 to 3 person signature authorization on their bank account. Only the one person that you put in charge can go in and make, like, come on, we're talking business. That just doesn't make sense. Me and my husband own our LLC together, and I can't go in the bank and do anything without him. We have to be there together. We have to sign it. Also, you're telling me that these multiple locations, these multiple franchises, you bank with this company and nobody even called you. I don't care if you were overseas. Nobody from the bank called you
Yeah.
to
That's
say,
a
hello, Mr. Gordon, Mrs. Gordon, do you approve this? You just come back to the States and it's a surprise.
Yeah, she made it sound. I don't know if they touched their personal accounts, but to me, she made it seem like they were trying to say like Gordon, like kind of how they did Wendy Williams and like Kanye
Mm-hmm.
West, like he wasn't mentally capable. I don't know if they did like a power of attorney with one of the kids. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't
She
make
said
sense,
he
like
was
you
the
said.
business manager
Okay.
and they were locked out. He went in and locked them out of their business accounts. And then the reason for doing so was him being mentally unfit. Okay. But again, the part that is missing for me is you have a business manager and you want me to believe that you've given your business manager full authorization to not need a phone call or a signature from either you nor Gordon, because she's claiming they were on vacation and then they came back to the surprise. As a business owner, that doesn't make sense.
Right, exactly. You've done your homework on them. Thank you for giving us all the tea on Maya. You're like, okay,
I
well,
can't
you want
stand
to
being
be
lied to.
precise.
I can't stand being lied to. Like, that
Oh,
don't make no sense.
none of it. None of it. It's always a crisis, and like things that people are. It's always questionable crises, like too. You know.
I think that so I said that Mia is Brooks in a bodysuit.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
Mrs.
that's funny.
Doubtfire, but when you pull off the makeup, it's Brooks.
Yeah, probably. She said that she was on Gordon out on the beach and she did everything but something a pussy drop in a handstand or something. Did you hear her say that? I was like, I can't believe I never heard that like from a housewife before.
I was
5 years.
floored. Forget the sexual activity. I was floored that you was just going to sit here with a straight face to admit having an affair. Like you literally
I
just told us this man was
know.
married, and now you telling us that you busting it wide open, pussy popping on a handstand on the beach with a married man.
Oh my gosh, it's insane. I know. And then it kind of, but then it's like, but you told us that you guys met at a high end strip club and you were like wearing a gown and
Ding 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 ding
selling
ding ding.
lobsters and steak. So again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, where's
And then we
Gordon's
also
ex-wife?
okay, I have a theory, but also we also saw her on the Sprinter van last season. Did you see her on that pole? And then she like dipped it down to clear the chair. Like I was like that's not one girl's night pole dancing class. Like that's talent. Which is like I'm not shaming, you know what I mean?
No,
But again,
not at
don't
all.
stop lying to me. I think that Gordon likes them younger. And I think that Mia is on her way to being aged out of his, like, I think he's on his, like, Leonardo DiCaprio. Because when I did my research, Gordon's ex-wife is currently 67. So
Mm,
they're the same age, roundabout. And then if you do the math of how long they've been married and all of that, that means that he was cheating on her roundabout the 45-year-old mark.
mm. Okay. Okay.
Coming up on Mia. Like,
Okay. Okay. I'm
you see what I'm
following
saying?
you.
Like I
I'm on the
think he
bus.
likes them young, and I think part of what we're seeing from Mia is the desperation of knowing what she's dealing with. The desperation of the clock is ticking and I don't really have like that's his money. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
I don't have my own. And I feel like some of the weirdness from her and some of the desperation is not just I like money, but it's I've got to build this nest.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's just my theory.
possibly. She, I don't know, the nanny, she talked very highly of like Gordon and yeah, I was like business people treated her well, just
Mhm.
kind, and she ran a good house, hold and everything like that, but it was just issues with Jacqueline, which was allegedly Mia's, well, it's been Mia's friend for all these years. And this
Until
happened,
the
and
show.
yeah, this happened. And so everyone's like really confused by it, and, confused by Mia's, I guess they kind of just saying like it's changing her, like the social, the like the whole circle, the whole money, housewives, like it's changed
Jacqueline
her.
is a liability though to Mia's lies. If if
Yes,
if
she
I was
is.
lying and my best friend of 10 plus years is right next to me on camera and she has a backbone, I need her to not. If I'm, you know what I'm saying? If I'm
Mm-hmm.
lying, if I'm saying like, "Oh, my eyes are blue,"
Mm-hmm.
then the
Yeah.
only other person other than my husband who can really corroborate that that's a lie or that's the truth is right here next to me and they're willing to say like, "Girl, you know you lying." I got to get that out cuz
Yeah.
I'm
Not
trying to
good.
build this little house of cards and you're not helping.
What about Miss Karen? Like, what about these rumors that we keep hearing about the extracurricular activities of her? Like, what do you think about Miss Karen Huger, the Grand Dame of Potomac? Is she
I
lying?
I feel like when I honestly I was an angel, but when I used to get in trouble at school and something would happen and I'd be like, "No, mom, that's not da 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 da." My mother would say, "Everybody can't be lying. If you
Mm,
got 4 or 5 people saying the same thing,
mm,
everybody can't be lying." And the story hasn't changed. It's been consistent on who this blue eye character was or is. Do I think she might still be doing the brown chicken, brown cow with him now? No. Do I think that they might have done it before in the pantry? Yeah. Like,
right.
look at the age difference. You can't, like, and let's just, like, bring science into it and when women peak at their sexuality, okay? At the point in which Karen is at his peak, her peak, Mr. Man is on his decline, okay?
Yeah.
And if you got a little poor boy or whatever and you got a constant itch and your husband can't scratch it, I'm not condoning cheating. I'm saying I can see how these things could transpire.
Happen, absolutely. And sometimes people understand that, they have an understanding, and they really like what's understood doesn't need to be said type
Absolutely.
situations. That happens in real relationships all the time, because they would rather do that than be divorced. And, like, if you don't see it, hear
I
no
had a
evil, see no
relationship like
evil.
that when when you're young and flirting around and all of that. Listen, I knew my man belonged to everybody, and my rule was don't put that shit on social media. Like, respect me enough to keep your little side chicks to the side. Make sure they know their place. You know what
Right.
I mean? And it's like, do I think that that was stupid? Yes, absolutely. Did it work for me at that time? Yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
that could be her situation. Maybe it could be a, as long as I don't find out type of situation, or it happened, they process, but we also still don't want to talk about it on national TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've
And
got kids.
I know, I know, I know, I know. What about do you think Michael and Ashley are faking their divorce? Are they faking this divorce? I really loved Ashley, but this season I'm like kind of getting like the icks.
Definitely the X. I honestly don't know what they're doing. I do think that Michael is manipulating Ashley and
Mhm.
taking advantage of the age difference and her, honestly, her lack of worldly experience. Ashley is well read, she's educated, we know that. But Ashley has been with this man since she was 22, 23, and she
Yeah.
was bartending when she met him. Again, no hate, no judgment, but you're 23.
Right.
You met this older man who was already extremely established. You come in and we see with Oz, you are supposed to fit into his puzzle piece. So you don't know, even down to her prenup. She thought it was ironclad. Oh, I waited the 8 years, da da da. Now she's finding out that there was language in there that it might not be as beneficial to her as she thought it would be. He's playing on that. And I think I do think though we are watching Ashley set up for one of the smartest divorces. I think she's
Okay.
laying the foundation for something very smart. Getting the house in the LLC's name, I think that's genius. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely genius because at the end of the day, like we said with Miami, she has kids. Those kids
Absolutely.
have to be set up. She can get a $1.3 million house in Potomac where that equity is going to do nothing but grow despite what the housing market does. That area is always going to be upper echelon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instant equity. You know what I mean? You put it in the LLC's name. You let it build some equity. You take that out. She can flip that into something else. She's making sure that her kids have something to walk away with. And I think at this time, she's not trying to take Michael for everything, but I think she can be pushed to that point. And for that, I reference what was it, Robin's engagement party? That was the season finale last year
The year
when he
before.
got crazy, and she was like, "If I did this to you, you would like be for real right now." You know what I mean? And when she was
Mm.
laying into him, I think she's young, but I think she's smart enough to know the position that she's in, and that is not going to make sense to a lot of viewers because a lot of viewers aren't married to a man who's worth a gajillion dollars.
Right. For
she
sure.
she films in her Ashley gets away without really having any cast parties, any of that. And when we do see Ashley, we see Ashley in Ashley's property. She films in that penthouse. He owns the building.
Mm-hmm.
They did the vacation. Oh man, where did they go? When she took him to the beach house, she owned the property though.
Mm. Okay.
I forget where they went. Whatever that cash trip was, and they were there. This is the first time Giselle and Robin had to share rooms, and they wanted to go because they didn't have
Oh
their own
yeah,
bathroom.
yeah.
That was their
Yes,
property. They went
yes.
to Nima Colin.
Yeah,
They
something
went
like
there.
that.
He used to own that property that they were
Yes.
in. Like,
Yes.
baby girl is strategic.
Mm-hmm.
She's very strategic. They did a lot of filming in Oz.
Mm-hmm.
The place where they had the birthday party where the allegations of smacking the producer on the butt came out. That was a business. The person who owned that club was a business partner of Michael's.
Oh, got you. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Extremely strategic. So it's like she puts herself in positions where no, she doesn't sell us merch, but if you inquire about that building, if you come by a house in that building, my husband makes money. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? If you go,
Absolutely.
like, if I go and I
Absolutely.
make a deal and say, hey, I want to film here, and now people come to this club, now that person is going to entrust my husband with more business opportunities. Like
Mm-hmm.
she plays the Kathy Hilton game.
Yeah.
Let me read the Ruth Chris menu to you, you know?
Right.
And so I think she's smart. I think
Yeah.
she's smart.
I mean, if you make it in the pageant world, those girls are mean. They will shave your eyebrow while you're sleeping. Like,
Listen, if you can make it there, baby, you can make it anywhere.
exactly. You a smart girl. You couldn't come out smart after Miss America.
Hello.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you watching Salt Lake City?
Yes.
You
Yes,
are?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. All right.
Um okay, so my question to you though is 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 somebody pouring champagne on you? Is that fun bitch or is that bitch?
I mean, I am on this really unpopular team. It's only me and Jen Shaw. We're the only two people on it. We're over here by ourselves, getting tomatoes thrown at us. I don't know how I ended up there. I don't know. I'm just
Just
here. And
the boat
so,
crashed and now I'm on this island.
because when she threw that girl's shoes off the boat, I was dying. I died laughing, and I posted it, and she reposted my post of it because it was so. I thought it was hilarious.
Really?
Yes, because that girl, all those
Girl.
money jokes about everything now she's saying, Jen didn't pay for the party, $10,000, and she makes the comment about Hawaiian dancers coming up. There was a preview, and she
Mm-hmm.
was like, I feel terrible having to go tell them they're not going to get paid, like just all these money digs. I'm like, oh no, you deserved it. She knew how you are, obviously.
I feel like I beat my best friend's ass because I wish she would throw some
Oh yeah,
champagne on
me
me.
too.
Like, it's like, girl. And we could all kiki about them shoes that you threw over the boat. That's fine because we on the boat. It's not a problem. But you'll cash at me before we get off this motherfucker. I know
Right.
that much.
Right.
You could throw whatever you want. You threw your shoes because you finna pay me back. But I think that I think Angie K is stupid.
Yeah.
She's stupid. Like, she gunned to be on this show, right? Which means that you watched it, which means that you watched Jen talk to her mother about draining her retirement fund. There is no way. Like, you helped a broke person. You thought the broke person was going to be able to what? Pay you back? No. She stole the money that she would pay you back with from the elderly people across America. Like, you knew this girl didn't have no money. That's stupid on your behalf. You wanted to lose $15,000. That's what I say.
I think that was her finder's fee. Shit. Finder's fee on Jen's car. Like, that's my 10%.
Girl.
Throw my husband a party and make it nice.
Hello, right. First of all, your house ain't never seen this much action, girl. Please stop.
Never.
Big Baby Davis, like, come on. Bolton Celtics elite. Like,
Right.
that. First of all, you should be so lucky. Darren Big Baby Davis, okay, is that man. Like, that man. Him alone is worth the $15K, in my opinion. I'm also a sports girl, but
Yes. I agree 100%. Like, that was your finder's fee. You should be happy to clean up after these people because that's how it works here. You start, at the bottom.
pick up Big Baby Davis's cigar butt and frame it and leave me alone, please. Please.
Oh, that's so
I'm not paying
funny.
you for no cocktails that you named yourself. I don't even eat octopus. Like,
oh, I know. So wild. And what about Lisa Barlow? Are you a Lisa Barlow fan? Baby Gorgeous? Yes.
I'm not.
I know. I'm like,
I don't get it, and I don't get the away in the manger hype.
me either. I would have never have re-sang that on Watch What Happens Live. Like,
Oh, there would have been no way. There would have been no way.
She did that. Like, I don't know why she did. I mean, I was on call. I was kind of cringy. Were you cringy? I was like,
I was definitely cringy because I was like, if I was there, I would have covered her mouth. Like, friend, they not laughing with you. They laughing at you. Shut up.
I know.
Shut up.
I know, that's wild. Why did nobody tell her? Does she only have yes people around her? Is her husband a yes person and everyone of her team is just yes Lisa? Because that don't
because
make no
the
sense.
real Lisa is that hot mic Lisa. Hot mic Lisa. And I don't think anybody wants that smoke. Nobody wants the problem of telling the Jen Shaws and the Lisa Barlows. No. Like, nobody wants that. And so we yes to death because
Yeah.
like, don't sing that again. And Whitney and the other Angie need not put on them gold dresses again. Because are y'all serious?
I met Whitney in the bathroom at BravoCon Eve. There's only 2 stalls. And I just wandered on in. I didn't know there was like Bravo royalty beside me.
Right. And did you say, girl, where's Wild Rose Cosmetics? Where's the facial lotion? Can I get it?
I brought up the trauma, and then I was like, bad time to bring up the trauma. I was like, thank you for sharing, and then I was like, whoa, pull it back. Like, not the time. But she was nice, and she took a photo with me, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I think now that is something I would have done because up until about like the last couple of episodes of last season, I was on Whitney's side, right? This is the representation. People need to talk about this. We don't need to just get on here and be like, I'm building $1 million cosmetic white label facial company or whatever the case may be. Like, no, people need to know that despite what your bank account looks like, you have real issues going on and that you're a real person. And I felt like she did a really good job of being a relatable housewife in sharing that. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, okay, again, this is what we want. I felt like she was very open about the fact that her and Justin both cheated to be with each other. Amy and TJ. See, this could work. She was open about that, and I think that's the representation that to me, I said that to my husband. I was like, this is what we're missing from the housewives. These housewives act as if like they've been here their whole life, and I throw $100,000 parties. Okay, how did you get there? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? I mean, now we know that you stole that, but how did you get there? What's the story behind the facade?
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. I thought the same thing whenever she came on. They were really open about it, but they were also like exiled from their church. So I feel like, in their community, like I'm assuming it's Utah, they're like, the Greek girls. They knew everything about everyone. They knew how much
Mm-hmm.
their
Mm-hmm.
cousin's brother paid for their house. Like they know
Hello.
everyone's business. And so I feel like she's like, oh well, we're excommunicated and everyone knows anyway. So
Might as well
like
talk about
might
it.
as well, yeah,
Might
like
as well.
make it a storyline, get us on the show or whatever, get us a nicer
No. And then
house
it all
and
became her trauma. And then I was like, girl, shut up.
yeah. And what happened to her dad? I was attached to her dad's storyline because I was like, I love that he's a recovering addict and he's on here and he's showing people that, even if you're older, you can recover. Like,
Well, he
and now,
relapsed.
and is that we just don't know where he's at? Is that she told us
He
that last
relapsed and
season?
then he won't like he wouldn't talk to her. I think she said that at the
The
in
reunion
or
last
the reunion.
year.
Was that
Last
last
year.
year? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you're right.
relapsed and then it just, but that I understand that that's not a good place for him, which is why like I would
Right.
love a Katie Ross back. I would love a Kim Richards back. It's not a safe space for them. And
Yeah.
we also see that in Brandy Glanville. Like I'm so sorry, I don't get the Brandy Glanville hype. Number one, I don't
Yeah.
think she's good TV. Number two, I want somebody to pick her up and send her to rehab.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
watching her implode in real time and everybody's like, Brandy Glanville.
That's
Like
so
this
funny
one's
that you
sick.
say that. There was like a Twitter account that was like linked to her that was allegedly supposed to be like a really good friend of her. And when I don't know, it was something about a casting that she didn't get with like the Beverly Hills. And they were talking about her like going to LA and basically like escorting for a couple of days while getting really, really intoxicated on extracurricular uh
I heard she
and
was a mess at
alcohol.
BravoCon.
She looked a
Like
mess at BravoCon.
they said behind stage, like behind the scenes, she was a drunk, pissy
Mm.
mess, is what the blind item said. It's
Yeah, it's a mess.
but that goes back to prenups and stuff though. Like I am so sorry that man cheated with Leanne Rhymes in our face. She should have gotten a nice payout.
Yeah. But I don't think Leanne Rhymes got any money. I think her dad has money. It was like a Britney situation. She got famous when she was like young and then we never heard from her much. But who
But I'm
knows? She
saying
has
in
more
terms of
money.
her divorce, because remember
Yeah.
what Eddie is his name, right?
Yeah,
They
you're
met on
right.
the set of that Hallmark movie, and then they started doing the
Mm-hmm.
brown chicken, brown cow, and then they left their spouses for each other. But then he was like trying to take the kids from Brandy Glanville. She didn't make much out
Yeah.
of the divorce. That's how she ended up there. And then part of him controlling was like, oh, I don't want the kids, which is why we don't
Mm.
see her sons that much on Beverly
Real
Hills.
House.
But it's like she should have never been on there with her little real estate boyfriend, man friend trying to find housing for her and her kids. Like it should have never been that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And they even brought her back, I feel like, and used it showed how much production really used her last year or a couple of years ago when they brought her on only to film Denise stuff. I know they promised that poor girl to come back full time next year. They're gonna run that Denise storyline
To
and
the ground. And it didn't work.
nope. And Denise said, if there's no storyline, if I don't film, so F all of you, and I'm gonna go back to soap operas. And that, poor Brandy was like left high and dry,
And
basically.
call me when you figure it out, because I think she still
Yeah.
owes them 3 seasons. I think she signed a 4 season contract with them, with
Uh-uh.
Beverly Hills. So I think she
Mm,
owes them. I think she owes Bravo 3 seasons, if I'm not
mm.
mistaken,
That's
3 or 4.
wild. Aw. Well, we don't want to take up all your time today, but we have had so much fun chatting with you. I gotta
I
drop the link
have.
to her stuff like after I end because then I'm not on both things. But make sure you tell everyone where they can find you again.
You can find everything at elmerasaki.com, ELLEMURASAKI. You can get to my TikTok from there, which is Housewives and Chit Chat. You can get to Nosy Bystanders TV. We have a show on Roku today at 7 p.m. My husband and I will be live. It'll be
Yes.
the inaugural episode of House of Murasaki, the live live show, the live experience,
Yes.
if you will. So we'll
Yes.
be talking all things just love, relationship, parenting. We're not experts. Again, just representation, just sharing our story, what we've been through. We've been together 9 years, 10
Wow.
years in May. Yeah, because we'll be married 9 years in. Oh man, I've been with you for 10 years. That's crazy. Huh. And you're wearing your wedding ring
Congratulations.
today. Look at that. Yeah, so we've been together 10 years, married 9 years in August. And
Oh,
I know I told you I've been a mom since I was 23. So we've seen some
yeah.
things, we've experienced some things, and now we're ready to talk and share and just create a space where we can have open conversation. And hopefully people
Yeah.
connect with that. So we'll be
I
over
love
there.
that.
You can get that on our website,
Yes.
House of Mirasaki.
Awesome. I will share those links in the chat afterwards. We appreciate you coming on so much. It was so fun
Thank
chatting
you.
from
I
you. I
had a
already
good
saw
time.
great comments, everyone loving it.
Oh,
So
thank you guys.
hopefully,
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I
yeah.
will, anytime you want me back, I'll be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.